Oh, I wasn't ready. Mr. Martell, let me tell you the truth. I just looked down and saw that this was a sentencing, but I'm going to be ready in a minute. And today is the day set for sentencing. I think I'm going to have to stop making appointments in the morning before my docket. All right, today is the day set for sentencing. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Bruno on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. May it please this most honorable court, Edward Martell, P 85051, on behalf of Justin Younts. Mr. Younts, please state your full name for the record.
Justin Ryan Younts.
All right, today is the day set for sentencing, and as I've just indicated off the record, or I did not review any pre-sentence report. I'm gonna see. Yes, there is one, and I am now pulling it up. And on behalf of the people, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No additions, deletions, or corrections on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
On behalf of Mr. Younts, any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No additions, deletions, or corrections, Judge. I would like to clarify just a couple key points if I may, Judge.
Sorry, I had muted myself while the report was printing. When you say clarify a few things, do you mean your allocution as respect to sentencing?
No, Judge, just as far as employment and just some input regarding what took place at the plea hearing, just to provide some input for the court.
Okay, you may.
Thank you, Judge. Certainly, the report indicates that Mr. Younts is unemployed. I would like this honorable court to know that he is a skilled tradesman, heating and cooling, mechanical, has been doing this for many years. For the last 7 years, he's been with Burt's Mechanical, Judge. And he is, however, currently unemployed because he did lose his position of employment due to this case, Judge. So he certainly understands and appreciates the seriousness of this case. But Judge, he certainly has the ability to, and certainly is in hot pursuit of employment in his respective field. Just a little bit of background information as it relates to the sentencing. There is a recommendation, of course, for 18 months of probation at the plea hearing.
Right,
Judge.
there, put a pause in that right there, that part right there, and then I'll get back to you. With respect to sentencing, Ms. Ritter, is there anything with respect to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. So with respect to sentencing on page 1, it looks like there was a plea agreement for reduced charge to use of a controlled substance. There was an agreement of probation with no objection to 7411. However, in this instance, I do surprisingly agree with probation that Mr. Younts is not eligible for 7411 as it was already used on the prior case back in 2013. And as far as the period of probation, Your Honor, there was a recommendation from probation for 18 months. However, Your Honor, I would actually recommend drug treatment court in this matter. If the court looks at page 5, or no, sorry, Judge, page 6, there was some comments regarding the urinalysis testing and the results from probation. And then on page 4, the defendant's description of the offense, the comment that was made to probation, I believe that Mr. Younts will be eligible for, or not eligible, but would be better off with drug treatment court in this case.
So 2 things, Mr. Younts is no longer present on the Zoom. And then the second thing is, can we go to breakout anyway before he comes back? Mr. Martell, I'm going to send you to number 1. Let's go to breakout for a minute.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
He's not back, Mr. Martell, so you may need to call him.
Will do,
Mr.
Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Flanagan,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you call sobriety court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm bringing in these two complaining witnesses, and then I can review to see are any of these people here. So this is for Cunningham. Yes, so Cunningham is here. So we could do that one. And then is Thomas here? Thomas. Oh, yes. Oh, they're both here. Okay. Well, then let's do well, since Mr. Amori is present on the screen, let's go ahead and do Thomas, and then I'll bring Mr. Estrada back in when we're ready for Cunningham. All right, Ms. Thomas, please start your camera. And then I don't have any, let me consult my chat because I don't know who else that is in person. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, ma'am, sit up straight for me, please. All right, this is case number. These are case numbers 234578401. The people of the state of Michigan versus Cynthia Elizabeth Thomas. Defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. And 234579301. Defendant is charged with malicious destruction of property. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. As to each matter, appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people. I have the complaining witness with respect to case number ending in 793, present via Zoom this morning. Mr. Amori, unmute yourself and state your name for the court, please.
Michael Amori.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Cynthia Thomas. Ms. Thomas, ma'am, please unmute and just say your full name.
Cynthia Elizabeth Thomas.
Thank you. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Ms. Thomas, Your Honor, with regard to case ending in 5784, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear. Any other matter, Your Honor, we'd ask the matter be set for final pretrial conference, and we would request discovery.
Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, with respect to case number ending in 784, I don't see the complaining witness, Mr. Traquan Body in the waiting room, and I don't have an explanation as to why he's not present today. However, it is scheduled as a first-time pretrial conference, so I will respectfully ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference and give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear.
The court is going to deny defense counsel's motion for dismissal as to the case ending in 747 and grant the people's request for a one-time adjournment, giving them an opportunity to locate and notify the complaining witness of the obligation that they appear before the court. With respect to the case ending in 739, the court continues a not guilty plea and sets the matter for final pretrial conference. With respect to both matters, the court is going to place them on the docket for Monday, April 29th. at 9:00 a.m. Sorry, strike that. The final pretrial conference is at 9:00 a.m. The pretrial conference is at 8:36 a.m. And with respect to the case ending in 747, discovery should be submitted, but I mean, you could submit discovery for both cases, but discovery should be submitted by March the 29th. Bond, Ms. Thomas, is there a reason why you can't sit up and take your whole, and so we could just see your whole face? Is there a reason why you can't do that? I can't hear you, you're muted, but it's very distracting. It's very distracting when you put your whole face and eyes up to the camera. If you could please sit up straight for me. Can you unmute and tell me why you can't sit up straight? Because this is
Should I stand up? This is my first time, so I don't know how to work it. So am I doing correct now?
No, ma'am, you're sitting right up to the can you, I mean, do you see how the rest of us are sitting up straight? Do you see how we're sitting up straight and you can see half of our upper body?
Can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am.
I had to stand. I don't know how to work this.
Ms.
Okay.
Thomas indicated she'll be coming in person in the future.
She should come in person because she keeps saying, she keep owning that she don't know how to work it. It's nothing to work. It's easy. It's just, you just put the device down and you just stand in front of the camera. Nonetheless, okay, ma'am, ma'am, I need you to stabilize your device. Okay, let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. Number one, she keeps talking. That's number one. She keep talking. Number two, she's back right up on it. But let's just move. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So discovery should be submitted by March 29th. And then Mr. Amori, with respect to the April the 29th court date, sir, you're not required to appear. You've appeared today, therefore you're not required to appear on that day. However, if you want to come, you may, because you may appear at all of the scheduled court appearances. If you don't appear, then you can find out from the prosecutor's office when the next court date is and whether your appearance is required, okay?
That's good.
All right. Anything further with respect to this matter?
Not from the people, Judge, it was case number in there 784 and 793. I think the court was saying another case number, but I just want to.
Oh, what was I saying? 747?
747, yeah.
Why did I say that? Wait a minute. 7, Miss Thomas. Okay, no, I'm correct. So what case numbers are you using? Miss Thomas has case number 23457. I'm sorry, case number 234579301. Oh, I keep saying, oh, you right. It's 793. I was saying, yeah, okay, 793. You're right, Ms. Ritter, for a change. All right. So every place I said 747, I meant 793.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And then 784, yes. Okay. All right, then we're all set. Everyone have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Martell, it looks like your client is back.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay, so we're back. With respect to Mr. Yonts and hold on, I'm getting feedback. Okay. And I don't remember, oh, Ms. Ritter was allocuting, and then I noticed that Mr. Yonts was no longer in the room. So Ms. Ritter, were you finished?
I was, Judge, thank you.
All right. Mr. Martell?
No objection to drug court's consideration, Judge. Thank you.
And would Mr. Yonts like to say anything before I impose the sentence?
Judge, I have advised him of the court's consideration for drug court. I I've also advised him the opportunity for dismissal upon completion is indicated by the court, and he's certainly excited and encouraged, Judge. So I will leave it. If Mr. Younts does wish to make a statement, I would ask him to make it very brief.
Mr. Younts, did you want to say anything before I send you in to speak with the drug treatment court staff?
No, Your Honor, I just wanted to apologize. My phone overheated. That's why we got disconnected.
Oh, where are you that your phone is overheating? You somewhere? Okay, don't even.
I thought we had court in person today, so I'm across the street in the parking structure on the top deck.
Oh. Oh, you could have come in the building, but okay. All right. So I am going to do the following intention. It's my intention to sentence Mr. Younts to the drug treatment court if he's eligible. I do understand that the actual determination of eligibility may not be able to occur today based upon the process of the sobriety court. But what I'm going to say is we're going to, it is my intention to transfer Mr. Younts to the sobriety court with a 14-month probationary period, leaving all the terms and conditions up to Judge Holmes. If he is not eligible for that sentence, then the case will be returned to me for sentencing under the regular probationary period. But based upon my perusal of the pre-sentence investigation, I believe that Mr. Younts should be transferred to drug treatment court. So I am going to do that with a 14-month probationary period, leaving everything else up to Judge Holmes. Mr. Yancey is going to go into the room to speak with Mr. Younts, and then Mr. Yancey is going to give me a date that they're going to determine actual eligibility and his appearance before Judge Holmes if she's eligible. And that's the only other thing that we will put on the register, and I'll do that off the record. Anything further, Mr. Martell?
Nothing at all, Judge. Always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Younts, please accept to join breakout room number 15. Good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right. And you heard what I just said, so.
I
Okay.
did. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, I'm ready on Cunningham, and then I'll do Edwards and Mr. Flanagan, tell me about Wallace, that arraignment on the bench warrant. Can you send me the register? Is that a probation or pre-conviction? So I'm ready on Cunningham. Mr. Estrada Jimenez, please start your camera for me. All right, and then Mr. Cunningham, please start your camera for me. Okay, these are case numbers 224574702. Oh, let me tell you, Ms. Ritter, that's what I was looking at. Remember, I kept saying 747. I was looking at the wrong thing. I knew I saw 747, but okay, I was looking at the wrong case. But this one is 74702. And then case number 234560901. The People versus DeMario, middle name is TAV, and then it's cut off on the docket, last name Cunningham. In each case, the defendant is charged with 1 count of larceny, and today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please. Oh, and then, I'm sorry, hold on, I apologize. In the case ending in 609, there's also a count of false pretense. Okay, appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people. With respect to case number ending in 747, I have the complainant witness present via Zoom this morning. Mr. Estrada Jimenez, unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please. Oops, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Alfredo Estrada Jimenez.
Thank you.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Demario Cunningham. Mr. Cunningham, sir, please say your full name.
Demario Cunningham.
What's your middle name, Mr. Cunningham?
Demario Tavion Cunningham.
Thank you so much. Today is the day set for pretrial conferences. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Mr. Cunningham, Your Honor, we would ask that continue the plea of not guilty and ask that both matters be set for final pretrial conference. I believe the complaining witness on the case of Nancy previously appeared. If that's not the case, I'd move that that matter be dismissed.
I believe that is the case. Ms. Ritter?
Judge, if I may have one moment, I'm just gonna pull up my notes for case number ending 609. Actually, Your Honor, my notes indicate that the complaining witness for case number ending 609, Mr. Hussein Musawi, did not appear at the pretrial conference on January 24th of 2024.
Oh. So did Mr. Estrada Jimenez appear twice? I thought somebody appeared last time.
So if the court remembers
I need Mr. Cunningham to be still, though. I can't understand his walking around while his case is being handled. Ms. Ritter?
So Judge, if the court remembers, Mr. Cunningham had several other similar cases where the complaining witness appeared in those cases.
Maybe
For
I confused.
set
Okay.
for today, the complaining witnesses did not appear.
Thank
the
you.
last-
I knew, okay, so thank you. That's where my confusion lied. Okay, so Ms. Stevenson, on this case, 609, no complaining witness has appeared.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, move to dismiss that matter for complainant's failure to appear.
All right, so with respect to the case ending in 609, today is the date set for pretrial conference, and I believe it's at least the second scheduling of the pretrial because it's scheduled at 8:34. The complaining witness was required to appear and they have failed to appear. The people have no explanation for the failure. They're unable to proceed. So with respect to that case, the court is going to grant defense counsel's motion. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. With respect to the case ending in 747, the court is going to continue a not guilty plea and set the matters for final pretrial conference. When are the other matters set on the docket, Mr. Flanagan, for Mr. Cunningham?
Look that up, Your Honor. April 17th, Your Honor.
Court is going to set these matters for this matter for April 17th, 2024 for final pretrial conference. Are those scheduled at 9 o'clock?
No, Your Honor, 9:04.
9:04, thank you. And then discovery should be submitted by March 17th. Mr. Estrada Jimenez, you're not required to appear on April 17th. However, if you want to, you may. You can come every time, but you're not required to appear on April 17th, okay?
Okay.
Bond will continue. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, on the on Mr. Cunningham's remaining matter, there's a co-defendant that has a final pretrial conference scheduled for March 13th. And I am even at this point going to ask that counsel be appointed to represent that co-defendant.
That's okay, Ms. Stevenson, you could just send in a request for that. I'm not going to address it today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further?
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Cunningham. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cunningham, you're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe. Mr. Estrada Jimenez, you're all set as well. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, you as well.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready on Wallace and then Edwards. This is case number 224408501. The People versus DeQuinn Jamal Wallace. Defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Mr. DeQuinn Wallace. Mr. Wallace, sir, please say your full name.
I'm Jamal Wallace.
Today is the day set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Mr. Wallace has habeas on at least 4 occasions from his pretrial conference. How are we proceeding? I didn't hear you.
He stands mute. He waives the reading of the information. We ask that a plea of not guilty enter on Mr. Wallace's behalf.
Court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Wallace. I mean, I usually say and set the matter for pretrial. And I will set the matter for pretrial. But we're definitely going to address bond today.
Understood, Your Honor.
Set the matter for pretrial conference.
Your Honor, I was at a.
No, sir. No, sir. Please don't do that. Don't interrupt my court like that. No, sir. Court is going to set the matter for pretrial conference. Ms. Ritter, on any of those previous occasions, was discovery submitted? You're muted.
I don't have notes that the discovery was submitted, Your Honor.
Mr. Flanagan, well, let's just set the pretrial conference for April 4th at 1:34. As to bond, well, before I address bond, I'm going back on the record with Mr. Yontz, or I'm switching to Mr. Yontz. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor, I did talk to Mr. Younts. He does understand the program. He does understand, as he told you, he is interested in the program. It appears that he does qualify just from me skimming the lien. So we want to give him a date of March 7th at 8:45 to be on Judge Holmes' docket.
All right, March 7th at 8:45, Mr. Yontz. And then if anything changes, they will let me know and we'll get you scheduled back to me. But March 7th at 8:45, good luck to you, okay? All right, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, back to Mr. Wallace. Ms. Stevenson asked to bond. Did he post a bond to get this particular court date?
So I believe I'm double checking right now because I know previously there was a tether that was ordered and I just don't see whether it's still on. So I'm gonna check right now. And it looks like there was a bond redetermination.
What date are you looking at?
Looking at my sheets.
Oh,
Over.
I don't see a bond redetermination. I see that he failed to appear the last time on January 5th. And I put 1,010% bond. Then the next thing I have is that he was scheduled for an arraignment on a bench warrant. And it looks like Mr. Flanagan did that. So I don't think there was any bond posted. I don't think there was any bond posted.
I would agree with that, Your Honor. I'm just not certain as to whether or not there's still, the tether is still in place.
Well, I can't imagine that he violated and didn't come to court back in January and the tether union didn't notify us to go pick him up like they always do. But go ahead, it could be possible.
So, Your Honor, I would say with regard to Mr. Wallace's past failures to appear, I believe that those have been directly attributable to the fact that Mr. Wallace has been struggling with maintaining shelter. He did come this morning, Your Honor, from the Salvation Army, which I believe also, in addition to shelter, is providing some type of other intervention, which Mr. Wallace probably needs right now. He's here. He's been here all morning. He came in person. So I do understand the prior failures to come to court, but I believe that Mr. Wallace has gotten under that at this point, Your Honor. He knows that the only way he's going to ever be able to stop kind of looking over his shoulder and wondering whether he's going to get picked up and taken to jail or anything like that is by coming to court to bring this matter to its lawful conclusion. That's what Mr. Wallace is doing right now. That's what he's been doing for the last couple of hours since he's been sitting in that courtroom. So I am asking the court to continue bond at this time. I do understand that previously Mr. Wallace did present a risk of flight, and I believe that that's been ameliorated at this point, Your Honor.
Ms. Ritter?
So, Your Honor, seeing that we're still in the pretrial stages, the people are concerned about the flight risk. It looks like there is a lengthy capious history for Mr. Wallace. So if there is a tether, the people are asking the court to keep the tether imposed for Mr. Wallace and no contact order for the complaining witness, Mr. Paul Burks.
Officer Bennett, does he have on a tether?
No, ma'am.
That's a yes or no question. So that's it. So so Mr. Flanagan, tell me, how did the Wayne County Jail know this information that you sent to me?
I spoke with someone, Sheriff Deputy Williams, on Friday, and he indicated that Mr. Wallace was in a treatment facility, and that's why he had missed his court date, and that he would be let out.
I guess I'm asking you, how did they know that? If he's not on a tether, how do they know where he was?
Oh, that, Your Honor, I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how the Wayne County Jail is keeping up with somebody whereabouts who's not in their custody. But okay. So if he was in treatment in February, that explains the most recent capious, not the other three, but the most recent one. So we'll go with the most recent one, but his time is going to always be at something 4. Because if he fails to appear again, the court is going to increase his bond.
Thank you.
All right, anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Wallace. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, then you're welcome. And we're all set until April 4th at 1:34. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm ready on Edwards.
Excuse me, please, Your Honor. I'm gonna come on in.
Can you clear out the courtroom, which I should have done before? Can you clear the courtroom out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ritter, can you and the court reporter please go to breakout room number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, can you send me that again? I clicked the X box for joining.
I can't send it to you again. So I can't send it to you again. It's
So where else breakout? Where else can I go to get in there? Join number 1. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Think I got it.
All right, let's see if the courtroom will come out of the breakout. And then, Madam Court Reporter, if you want to, you can go back off video. You don't have to stay on video. But if Oh, yep, there's the courtroom. Although now they're going to have to unmute. All right, I think we are. Who else is in person? I must not be reading my stuff right because I've crossed off everybody that I had in person. Let me see.
Testing.
Yeah, I don't have another person in the chat, or I don't know who that is in person. So
Jeter.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Your Honor. Marquel Jeter. Oh, you know what? I accidentally, Your Honor, sent that to Miss Ritter. That message was sent to Miss.
Yeah, and she probably was. She doesn't care about that. No, she was.
I didn't see it.
She know that
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
for her. Okay, look, she knows that wasn't for her. All right, I'm ready on Parker, Reed. I'm ready on everybody. Matter of fact, maybe we should do Ishmael and McBain first. That's quick, and then I'll do Jeter, Parker, Reed. So let's do it in that order. Ishmael, McBain, Jeter, Parker, Reed. Please start your camera. And please hurry up and start your camera because your picture is not. Can you start your camera, Ms. Ishmael, please?
Yes. Okay, there we go.
Okay, ma'am, can you come into camera? You see how we're all sitting in an upright position, ready to attend court? Okay. This is case number 224580901, the people of the state of Michigan versus Quaniel Ishmael. Defendant is charged with 1 count of embezzlement. And today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And Ryan Marad, P83665, on behalf of Ms. Quiniel Ishmael, who's present on Zoom this morning. Ms. Ishmael, please unmute your device, ma'am, and state your full name for the record, please.
Quaniel Ishmael.
And where? Oh, there we go. Okay. Today is the day set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we move for dismissal today for the complaining witness's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, it's at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference, and I don't see a representative on behalf of the corporate complaining witness, Checkers Fast Food Restaurant, present in the waiting room. I don't have any notice that there's someone in person on behalf of Checkers Restaurant in person. So at this time, Your Honor, the people will not be able to proceed based on the complaining witness's failure to appear for at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference.
Today is the date set for pretrial conference. The complaining witness was required to appear. They have failed to appear. This is at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference. The people have no explanation for the failure to appear. And therefore, they are unable to proceed. The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and the matter is dismissed without prejudice. Ms. Ishmael, we will mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records. Okay. No, you're okay.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Ms. Marad, why she doing all that? You scared her in the breakout room?
I love it, Judge. I'll take it every time.
Mr. Moran, you scared her in the breakout room because what if she's so nervous about saying something?
She's trying to save us all, Judge, make sure we're all on point.
I did that, Judge. I did that.
Oh, that was Miss Stevenson.
That was the mean old lady. That scared her.
Miss Michelle, all you said was thank you, and then you was like, oh.
Because I didn't know if I was supposed to speak right away.
Don't let them trick you. Miss Ishmael, don't believe the rumors and stuff. Miss Ishmael, don't believe the rumors. Okay.
Yeah.
She was so nervous. She was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I spoke out of turn. Okay. All right, Miss Ishmael. No.
Thank you.
You're good. You're welcome. And we will mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records, ma'am. You have a great day and stay safe. And I appreciate the reverence that you have for the court and decorum, even though, they scared you in that breakout room, but even though I appreciate it, okay?
Thank you.
You have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
No, I don't think Mr. McBain is connected. So Mr. Jeter, you can step up to the podium. All right, this is case number 234576301. The people of the state of Michigan versus Marquel Kennard Jeter. The defendant is charged with assault or assault and battery. Today is the day set for an arraignment. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Markwell Jeter. Mr. Jeter, sir, please say your full name.
Markwell Kennard Jeter.
Thank you, sir. Today is the day set for an arraignment as to Mr. Jeter. How are we proceeding, Mr. Stevenson?
He stands mute, waives the reading of the information, asks that a plea of not guilty be entered on his behalf, asks that the matter be set for a pretrial conference, request personal bond, Your Honor, no contact with the complainant.
The court enters a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Jeter. And I will set the matter for a pretrial conference. And we're certain this is Mr. Jeter's first arraignment. This is proper for arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Flanagan, go to the week of March 25th. I know that I'll have another judge covering, but tell me how many are scheduled for March 25th?
12.
And the 26th?
9. Oh no, on the 26th. Nothing on the 26th.
Oh, really? Okay, well, let's keep it like that. What about the 27th?
Okay, that's what I was on. All right. 27, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, let's go ahead and put Mr. Jeter for pretrial conference on March 27th at 8:25.
Okay.
And then the complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation as to why the complaining witness did not appear or should not be required to appear. Anything further? Well, I'm sorry, as to bond.
Your Honor, may I step in the courtroom, please? It looks like Mr. Jeter had a question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. With regard to bond, Mr. Jeter has given me updated contact information. He would have no contact with the complaining witness if that is the order of the court. Mr. Jeter learned that this matter was outstanding and took steps to get to court for today on his own. So we'd ask for a personal bond.
Ms. Ritter.
Your Honor, the people have no objection to a personal bond in this matter, just a no contact order for the complainant witness, Mr. Derek Bennett.
Court will set bond in the amount of $2,000 personal bond, no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Jeter. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Jeter, you're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe.
So, thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Stevenson or Mr. Murad. When you all spoke to Mr. McBain, did somebody get his phone number? Because he's not connected to sound.
Fortunately, Judge, I did not talk to Ms. Bain. I was actually in courtroom 336 for the first 45 minutes of today, waiting for that meeting to start. And then I realized that I was in the wrong place. So I didn't get him in the breakout room.
But he had a plus sign, so then that must mean Ms. Stevenson had talked to him.
He
used to
was
have a
talked
plus-
to.
Oh,
Your Honor,
well, he must have left and came back, and now he's not connecting. Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. McBain has been calling the courtroom. I can call him back. I have his number and indicates connect to
I
audio.
don't know why he's calling the court. Maybe if he stopped calling the courtroom, he could connect to his audio on Zoom. So, no, I mean, I don't know why he's calling the courtroom, but I'm going to share my screen and perhaps he will connect to his, whoops, come on. Perhaps he will connect to his audio. And then otherwise I am going to move on.
Your Honor, he's trying to unmute himself.
He can't unmute himself, Ms. Stevenson, because he's not even connected to audio. He's not connected. He can't unmute himself because he's not connected to audio. I'm gonna send him to a breakout room. You all can try to get there. It's very distracting. So I'll send him to breakout and then let's move on with somebody else.
Judge, sorry, can I get privileges so I can maneuver in and out of there?
All right, I'm ready on Parker. All right, this is case number 234560501, the People versus Andron Lorente Parker. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Andron Parker. Mr. Parker, sir, please say your full name.
Andron Lorente Parker.
Today is the date set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Mr. Parker, we will move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Your Honor, I don't see the complaining witness, Mr. Aaron Thomas, in a waiting room, and I have not received notice that Mr. Aaron Thomas is in person in court. However, it's scheduled as a first-time pretrial conference. I respectfully ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference to give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear.
Today is the day set for pretrial conference. It is the first scheduling of the pretrial. Court is going to deny defense counsel's motion for dismissal. I will grant the people's request for a one-time adjournment, giving them an opportunity to locate and notify the complaining witness of the obligation that they appear before the court. I am setting this pretrial conference. Mr. Flanagan, how many was scheduled on March 26th?
Nothing scheduled so far that day, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, you already told me that, and I didn't mean that. I meant the 28th.
The 28th, okay.
Apologize.
18.
Oh, that's that day I told them about. And that's just, okay, that's, what about the 25th? Did you already tell me the 25th?
On the 25th.
What about on the 22nd? Ms. Ritter, that's a little less than a month. Is that enough time for the people? The 22nd? Yeah.
That should be sufficient time.
All right, the court is going to set the matter for March 22nd. That'll put the 10 on there. And no more, at 8:36. The complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation. Mr. Parker, can you stop pulling your hair? Okay. A valid explanation as to why the complainant could not appear or should not be required to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with complaining witness. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Parker. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I did want to say something, Judge. The court gave Mr. Parker, with regard to his bond, some liberal conditions. The court gave Mr. Parker, took off his tether and let him go on a trip for work out of the country. And so he thanks you for that, Your Honor.
Oh, well, he's welcome. It's nothing out of the order. All right. Then we're all set until whatever date I just gave him. March 22nd. Have a great day, sir. Stay safe.
Thank
All
you.
right, have-
Thank you. Okay, I'm ready on McBain. It looks like Mr. McBain is connected. This is case number 23455-8601. The People versus Forrest Anthony McBain. Defendant is charged with retail fraud. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And Ryan Murad, P 3665. On behalf of Mr. Forrest McBain, who's present on Zoom. Mr. McBain, unmute your device now, sir, and state your full name for the record.
My name is Forrest Anthony McBain III.
Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Judge, we move for dismissal for complaining witnesses' failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Your Honor, although it is the second scheduling of the pretrial conference, and I don't have notes that a representative on behalf of the Amazon store appeared for the pretrial conference, the people would still be able to proceed with the case without the cooperation of the complainant witness. It looks like the Amazon store is located in the Hollywood Casino, formerly known as Greektown Casino, and the people do have strong video evidence and eyewitnesses that are sufficient enough to meet their burden in this case. So I'm going to ask the court to actually deny defense counsel's motion and set this case for a final pretrial conference.
Give me an offer of proof.
The video evidence that Mr. McBain was seen going into the Amazon store, allegedly stealing the cigarette packets and coming out, and then the security officers who witnessed Mr. McBain doing that act as well.
But let's go into breakout right quick. Let's go into breakout. Number one, Mr. Murad. Okay, having had further discussion in the breakout room, the court is going to deny defense counsel's motion for dismissal. The people have indicated that they are able to proceed with independent evidence outside of the complaining witness appearing. Mr. Murad?
Yes, Your Honor. I guess at this time we'd continue.
Mr. McBain, court is going on. If you're not able to appear in court and give the court your attention, then you have to come in person. Okay, Mr. Murad, what are you saying now?
Judge, I'm only saying that we're continuing Mr. McBain's plea of not guilty. And we would, I guess, maybe reserve any other pretrial motions for the final pretrial conference.
All right, the court is going to continue the not guilty plea. On behalf of Mr. McBain, and I will set the matter for a final pretrial conference. I believe I was setting for April the 29th at 9:00 a.m. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Well, I'm going to say, because that's broad. So let me change that. No contact with the Hollywood casino or the the Amazon store that's in the Hollywood casino. But Amazon is everywhere. So I'm not saying no contact with Amazon. Okay. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, thank you, Judge.
All right, then we're all set. Mr. McBain, have a great day. Stay safe. I don't even know what he's saying or doing. All right, Reed, start your camera for me. All right,
Hello.
This is case number 194651401, the people of the state of Michigan versus Mikhail Jerica Reed. Defendant is Defendant is charged with 1 count of escape from custody, and this says that today is the day set for review. And I didn't notice it, but Ms. Stevenson, your appearance, please.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mikhail Reed. Ms. Reed, ma'am, please say your full name.
Mikhail Reed.
Your full name, is that?
Mikhail Jerica Reed.
Thank you. Okay, so Ms. Reed, we're in court, and if you can't sit up straight, and we're gonna have to come in person. Mr. Flanagan, I didn't ask for the register because I just noticed this was for review. Do you have the probation order, or?
If I may, Your Honor.
Is it supposed to be set for review?
She has not been sentenced.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Ritter, come back on screen, please, and put your appearance on the record.
I'm on the screen.
I'm not talking with you, Ms. Reed, at the moment. Ms. Ritter, can you please, are you there, Ms. Ritter? Put your appearance on the record.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
All right, so Ms. Reed, case is on the docket for review, but that is incorrect. Apparently, she's not been sentenced. When was she convicted?
That would have been she pled guilty, Your Honor, on December 10th, 2019, before Judge King.
I didn't say, because I was gonna say I wasn't here. 2019, I wasn't on the docket. I was gonna say that's my birthday. I didn't know pleas were taken that day, but that was when Judge King was on the docket.
Great. And then she missed the sentencing on January 14th, 2020, Your Honor.
All right. And she's been in warrant status ever since?
Until December 27th, 2023, when she was arraigned before the magistrate, Your Honor.
All right. So this should really be an arraignment on a bench warrant and not a review. Or perhaps since they set aside the arraignment, since they already set aside the warrant, And I guess they don't set for sentencing, so nonetheless, she needs to be set for sentencing. So the court is going to set the matter for sentencing. Mr. Flanagan, how many do I now have on April the 4th?
Sorry, 27.
Are any of those in the afternoon?
Yes, 1 in the afternoon, a pretrial. That was set today.
Who did I set that? Why did I do that?
DeQuinn Wallace at 1:34 for pretrial.
Yeah, let's call Mr. Wallace to tell him to come in at 10:34. And then I do have, it looks like I have a bench trial though that day.
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna move that case to 10:34. I mean 10:04. Or what is it scheduled for?
Pretrial.
Oh, schedule that for 8:34.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's contact him. And do I just have the one sentencing?
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson, the trial that's on that day, April 4th, what's the charge for majors?
Excuse me, Your Honor. It will help me faster find it if you tell me the first name.
Oh, I don't have a name. Mr. Flanagan, the bench trial that's on April 4th, can you tell me what the charge is?
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Assault or assault and battery.
Right, let's, my docket is really, okay, let's go to April 8th. Tell me, how many do I have on April 8th?
22.
And that, of course, includes the 3 jury trials, right?
So scheduled is just Peterson and Williams jury trials.
What happened to Mayberry with a final pretrial conference of March the 8th?
Yep, Your Honor, yeah, the first name for Mayberry.
I don't, but it's MFD, last Mayberry, and the final pretrial conference is March 8th.
March. Oh, okay. That jury trial, Your Honor, for Jatori Mayberry is scheduled for April 24th.
No, it's not. April 24th is not a jury trial day. April 24th is the middle of the week. That's a Wednesday. Mr. Mayberry's jury trial should be on April the 8th.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to schedule this for April the 8th for sentencing. At 9:02, that is in person, with a pre-sentence investigation. Probation is going to contact you, Ms. Reed, by telephone. If they cannot reach you, they're going to mail you a letter and leave you a message directing you to contact them. Make sure you respond to their phone call or their letter so that I can have a proper pre-sentence investigation on the date of sentencing. Failure to appear April the 8th will result in the bond being revoked and bond being set in the amount of $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS house arrest tether. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. Reed. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're all set.